So welcome everyone to this new tutorial. In this video we will see how to create from a pattern photos three different types of pants: sportswear, formal and denim. Okay, so let's get started. We don't have the DXF, but we have an image of the patterns in JPEG or PNG, I don't remember. So the first thing that we have to do is to go to the fabric tag, new material, and import this one, and we have here. So let's create a rectangle, and by clicking here, let's apply this material. So let's highlight here, and we see that it's very small. So let's go through the fabric placer and let's stretch. Okay, I think that we can start from here. So now we have to trace these two patterns. Now we have to extract these two patterns. Okay, so let's go to the line selection and double click on the first one, right click and scissor. After that, double click on the second, right click and scissor. And now we select the external piece and we delete it. So now we have the patterns. Okay, so this is the front one and this is the back one. So now what we are gonna do is to sew these patterns, and after that starting to do all the things. So let's start. Let's create the belt first, and after we decide if it's too large or not. Okay, so to create the belt, highlight the measurements here, and yes, you can sum all these points, or you can go to the tape here, to the measure tape, and measure that. Okay, we have an amount of 82.8, and so because it's very large, I'll do that on 70 first. So let's create a rectangle with 70 and 8, maybe 3 centimeters, right? Okay, so let's move this on. And we have to decide if this point goes on the center back or on the center front. So I decide to put that on center back. So let's sew this point to this point, and let's go on the sewing. So starting from here, this point goes on the center back, so starting from this point to the other. So let's try. Yeah. So fine, it works. But I think that I can stretch it more. So let's move this 5 centimeters. So let's select the line and move it 5 centimeters. Okay, let's try again. Yes, better. And also we can harden. Okay, so I have created my pants. So this is basics. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is to add this base of the pants on the draping board, and I rename this one in base. I have added this base there because I want to create 3 new assets starting from this one. The first one is the sportswear. The second one will be the formal one, and the third one will be the denim. And to do that, I need a base to start again. So this is why I use the draping board, to have always a base to restore. Okay, so first I have to create the elastic here inside the belt. So to do that, I stop the simulation and reset, and also I remember that this belt has to be on 80. So let's do that. It's 65. I have to move that on 80. I can do that by moving the line, or I can stretch this. Okay. 80. Perfect. Now I have to insert the elastic here. So I have to calculate the elastic. It's almost 70%. So let's do the internal elastic here, the new pieces. So let's create the rectangle on 55, 8, the 8. We have 3 centimeters here, and yeah, we can do that on 3 centimeters. Okay, now what we have to do is to move that here on the same position, right click and locate on front. Perfect. Now we have to sew that this one inside this. Okay. Now we have to unfold the belt and also fold in 3D to insert inside the elastic. Now, before simulating, I think that it's time to change the fabric. So select all the pieces, go on the fabric tag, and for example, let's try with nylon or single jersey, maybe single jersey. And let's go to the fabric placer and reset all the parameters that we have previously done for the base. Let's simulate. Now I think that we have to do the accessories. For example, we have to do the pockets. First, we have to create here a point here and here to define the pocket, okay, the dimension of the pocket. And I think that maybe 17 could be good. So let's create a point here on 17 from this point, okay. Okay, now let's draw the pocket inside. So now we are in this situation, and the first thing that we have to do is to break the mirror of these pieces, right? So let's do that. So let's open the pocket and see if all it works, right? But to do that, I think that this arm here, it's not so good. So I pause this, I reset the simulation, and I'm going to the avatar section, and on the end pose, I take the pose T. So let's simulate again. Okay, so the arm is up, and now I can try to open this. Okay, I think that I have all inside perfect. So what we are gonna do now is to do the same thing on the other side of the of the asset. So let's do it. Okay, I see all the pocket here on the front, but if I want to make the pocket free, I can remove this sewing. Let's try it. Now the asset is done. So what we are gonna do now is to change the fabrics and make some adjustments if it is needed. Now we go to the draping board and we add this pen and right click and rename on Sports. So what we need now is to double click on base to restart and create the formal one. So let's go. Okay, now let's go to the zipper creation. Let's change the sewings because we have created the zip, so we have to delete this sewing or move this sewing because we have to sew only this point to this point. So let's select the sewing and let's stretch here. And same thing on the opposite side. So let's try. Okay, let's see if it works. So what we are gonna do now is to create the proper belt for this asset. So to do that, we have to delete all the sewing of the belt and push the belt on the back. So let's do it. Because it's on the back, this point is on the front here. So we have to increase this side on 3.2. Now we have to sew it again, so let's start. Okay, as you can see here, we have a problem because the software doesn't know which part goes on front and on back. So for resolve this issue, it's very easy. So refresh the simulation. Let's go here again and let's maybe do more stretch of this much. But also here we have the spiral function. So let's use it. So in this case, you can see that it moves, and so you can choose which part goes on front and which on back. But I think that here it's too much. So I think that I have to open this part. So let's adjust the button and the buttonhole position. So let's create the pockets. go to the back pocket creation. Okay, now let's do some modification on the thickness, for example, for this piece and also for the belt. So let's go. Okay, let's add this on the draping board and let's rename on formal and save. Okay, now the last one. The last one is the denim. So we can as well restart from here to create the denim, or we can start from the base one. Okay, in this case I think that could be fine if we start from here to do the denim. Okay, because almost things are done, like the belt and something else. So let's do that from here. Okay, let's go. Okay, for the denim purpose, let's download the denim fabric from our online library. So let's go here to help, go to samples and asset library and fabric and unwoven. So these three ones, I choose this because I like more this color, but you can choose every color that you want. So let's download this and save. Okay, fine. So now let's extract. Perfect. And go into fabrics. Let's go up and new material, and we have on the desktop, and load the U3M files. Okay, we have it. So select all the things except for the zipper, and, and apply the new fabric. Okay, fine. So let's go. So now what we are going to do is the stitches creation. So creating by internal line, and after that we modify the color and the shape. Okay, so let's go. So let's add also this on the draping board and rename as Denim. And this is the final result.
Thank you for your attention. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to follow us on all our social channels to stay tuned on our new videos and news. See you soon.